Hey everybody, this is Professor Welch welcoming you to another Module Monday. In this session, I want to explain to you how to do Academic Blueprint Part 2. We've completed Academic Blueprint Part 1, and what we're going to do now builds and expands on that. But by the time you're done, you'll have an absolutely laid out plan of your academic future here at Valencia and even beyond. So let me take some time to walk you through this assignment because it does require a little more effort than you put in on the last one. It's a little more demanding, but I think you are definitely up to the task. So let me just share this with you. So hopefully when you hit the assignment, you're going to say, oh, okay, I can do this. And I think you can. So here we go. The Academic Blueprint Part 1 was actually part of Atlas Research of Academic Pathway was a section. College University Exploration, where you did that side-by-side comparison, that was a part of this, as well as your college and university exploration reflection. So you had a chance to do all that, do the College Navigator site, et cetera, et cetera. And now part 2 also has 3 parts. It has, you're going to be able to access your degree pathway information. I'll explain what that means. You're going to develop a term-by-term plan of the classes you're going to take at Valencia, and then an action plan on how you are going to put into practice that blueprint. So let me just pop out of that screen and show you exactly what that assignment looks like. It looks just like this, Academic Blueprint Part 1. Again, Section 1, you're going to access something called degree pathway. That's a word that we're going to be using a lot in this session. And you're going to learn how to do that, how to make it specific for AS degrees and AA degrees. Understand what a degree evaluation report or a degree audit is, and putting all of those together so that you can do what's called a term-by-term plan. So this is kind of the heart of it. You're going to take these resources and you're going to be able to plot out term by term, year by year, the classes that you need to take to successfully achieve your academic goals here at Valencia. Then the action plan is all about how exactly do I do that. So you're going to explain some of the requirements that you understand, what the deadlines are, GPA requirements, et cetera, and then you're going to have a reflection at the very end. So again, it's got 3 points: the accessing degree pathway information, which I'm going to show you how to do, the term-by-term plan, which I'm also going to show you how to do, and then the action plan, which is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll help you with that as well. So let's talk about that degree pathway information. You're going to need to access something called the degree pathway, and there's a number of ways you can do it at Valencia. First way to do it is through the college catalog. So if you go just to the valenciacollege.edu site, if you go ahead and search for catalog, just put in the word catalog, and that'll come up. And then once you're in the catalog, you're going to look for degree and certificate programs. So you're going to click on that because you want to find out what is the degree pathway for the program that I am. So you get your choice of AA and AS degree. You already know what that is because we took a look at that at our last Academic Blueprint Part 1. But let's just take a look at Associate in Science degree. Let's say that is your AA that you're working on. You click on that and it gives you a whole list of various AA degrees that are offered here at Valencia. Let's choose Baking and Pastry Management. So we click on Baking and Pastry Management and look at there. Here are all our program requirements. It tells you all the classes that you need to take for 60 hours and an AS degree in Baking and Pastry Management. And you have some of the classes that are gen ed classes, new student experience, recognize that, freshman comp, etc. But then most of them, what you're going to see is subjects that are very unique to Baking and Pastry Management. And so all of your time is going to be spent specifically in those areas. Now, what about if you are an AA degree seeker? Well, you click on the AA tab and you roll down here to degree pathways. There's our key word. You click on degree pathways, and then let's say you are looking at all of the various pathways you can have. Now, pathway means that doesn't give you a degree in that particular subject, but it provides the path so that when you go to university, you can successfully get your degree. You've done all your prerequisites ahead of time. So let's say you're interested in architecture. We click on architecture and look at there. It shows you all of the classes that you need to take as a Valencia student so that you can successfully transfer to the architecture major at, say, the University of Central Florida or the University of Florida. So these are what we call Common Program Prerequisite, or CPPs. So degree pathway, that's the path you take, the courses you take to get to that particular degree. Your Common Program Prerequisites are the ones that Valencia, on the one hand, requires, and also are the same as the one in the university you're transferring to require, so that that transfer is smooth and easy. You're not taking classes you don't need, but you're also not neglecting classes that you do need. So that's where you find what classes do I need to take. But let me show you another way. And this is not in your module. So those of you who are actually watching this, you get a sneak peek. If you went to Atlas and you went to the Life Map tab at Atlas, here again is Atlas. Let me just show you how you walk right over there. You go to Atlas, then you click on the Life Map tab. Well, that was a bit redundant. Rather than going to Education Plan right now, hold that thought, you're going to go down here to something called Degree Pathways. Well, how about that? We click on Degree Pathways and we have this wonderful page which lists pathways by degree or by meta major. We just talked about what a meta major is. So again, let's try it and see. We click on an AS in science, or an AS degree rather, associate in science. Let's look at baking and pastry management. We click on that and it does two very cool things. Number one, it gives us all of the classes that we need, the same thing as the other degree pathway, but this one gives you also a suggested chronology, what order to take these classes in. So they have actually done a lot of the footwork on your term by term plan right here at the degree pathway sheet. So you're going to see things like, again, new student experience, you're taking that. Now, hold on one second. They say science or math core. Here's humanities core or institutional. What in the world does that mean? I mean, I understand baking ingredients and tech, I get pastry techniques, but what is that even? Well, if you just scroll down, there is your humanities core, there is your science core, math core, etc. It's telling you you need to take one of these classes, or since we're looking at a or institutional, or you can take one of these classes. So that same page tells you what you can take. So again, this gives you a little insight into that particular AS degree. And it's laid out, I think, a little bit easier than on the catalog page. Now, what if you are looking for an AA degree? And let's say you're interested in going into architecture. We looked at that on the catalog page. Well, we'll click on full-time again, or part-time, depending on what you're doing. Wow, here's some of those same architecture classes that we saw listed in the catalog. They're laid out for us here. Additional degree requirements are also put down here. And look at what they've done. They again have put this in a suggested order so that by the time you finish your AA at Valencia, you've done everything you need to jump into the architecture program at UCF or UF or wherever else you're going. Now, again, they're also suggesting institutional or core classes, humanities core, social science core. Those are listed down here. So now you know what to pick and when to pick them. So to me, that's just a real helpful way of getting your degree pathway. So again, way of review, two ways to get to your degree pathway. Through the catalog, okay, look for that degree pathway there, or through the Life Map tab in Atlas. On the lower right-hand side is that degree pathway link. So check it out. Now, one more thing. How do I know and how can I be sure that the university I'm transferring to is going to accept these? Well, on the one hand, you can be pretty much assured they are, because we're talking to those universities all the time. If they change their requirements, we change our requirements so that it's a good fit. But you can also go to that particular university's tab. Let's say University of Central Florida. You click on academics and it'll ask you to search for degree programs. Let's go ahead and try architecture. Let's see if we spelled it right. We didn't spell it right. So we're going to go back here to the degree pathway and we're going to cut and paste because your professor wants to make sure he gets this correct. So we go back to UCF, forgot the I there, sorry about that. We look for bachelor's and there it is, bachelor's of design in architecture. We click on that and it will tell us as well a little bit about the program here. How many, what the course per credit hours are, a little bit about the admission requirements, but here's where you want to go. Full description. And what you're looking for here is you are looking for common course prerequisites, okay? You're looking for common, or rather common program prerequisites. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to do it a little faster than I would normally do it because I'm not going to read through all this. I want to make sure that I'm taking the right classes. And so I look for common, there, where are we here? Common core prerequisites. Oh, there we are. There's a core requirements and there's core on a basic level. And here's the common program prerequisites. So now you notice all these classes here. Those are the same ones that you were looking at. So now I can look at this and make sure it matches up with that degree pathway that I just looked at. If these, and they should be all the same headings, the same numbers, everything should be equal. So I can look at that and I can make sure I'm in a good place. And they also do something for you. If you continue to scroll down at the very end of this pop-up window is a suggested plan of study. So they're suggesting here's the classes that you can take the fall of your freshman year, spring of your freshman year. And now you don't have to follow this exactly, but you have to follow it in the proper order so that you're not taking a class that requires a prerequisite. A prerequisite is a class that you need to take before you're allowed to take another class. For instance, ENC 1101, English Comp 1, you have to take that before you can take English Comp 2, ENC 1102. So it's just making sure you're taking classes in the right order. So they also give you a term-by-term suggestion as well. So that way you can look at those and you can compare those together and see if they work for you. Now, one more thing that you're going to need is this. So let me just go over what we've got so far. You've got your degree pathway, either from the catalog and or from LifeMap tab. You've got your CPP, your common program prerequisites. You notice those are in both our catalog and in the institution that you're going to. Last thing we're looking for is something called a degree audit. You're going to look at a degree audit. So again, you're going to go to the students tab for this. And once you're at the students tab, you're going to go to the middle section, that middle column, and scroll down to path to graduation. Path to graduation, boom, right there is your degree audit, also known as a degree evaluation report. You click that, tells you that the timeout has occurred, but let me show you what you would see if you click that right now. So again, we're going to go to the LifeMap tab, and from the, or rather the Students tab, you're going to go to My Academic Progress or your degree audit, and it's going to pull up something that looks like this. And what you're going to do with this is you're going to make sure you know what your catalog term is. That's important. And then you're going to make a copy of this. You're going to hit Control P, but rather than print it, you're going to save as a PDF. And you're going to turn this in along with your academic blueprint part 2. So this is a 2-document submission for this assignment: the academic blueprint itself and the degree audit. So again, those 4 things you're going to need: your degree pathway from catalog or from LifeMap, your common program prerequisites from the university website, and your degree audit. Once you have all those together, you are ready to go. You are going to be able to answer those questions right up here, because it's going to ask you here things like, what is your catalog term? You're going to know that because you did the degree audit. And you're going to put the links to your degree pathway, whether it's an AS degree or an AA degree, or whether it's, or it might be from the catalog of that particular program. So you're going to put the links in there. You've done all this work, and now we're ready for the term-by-term plan. So we look at our term-by-term plan, and it's going to look something like this, depending on what you're majoring in. So for instance, here's your someone's suggested fall 2020 semester. They're taking new student experience, they're taking English comp, they're taking speech class, and they're taking biology, looks like. So you're going to fill these out. You're not going to give me the name of the course. You're just going to give me the course heading and number of the course prefix and the course number, and then how many credit hours it is, and you're going to total it up. So it's going to look just like this. By the way, this sample is available to you in the Canvas assignment page. So you're going to fill this out, and that degree pathway form and the catalog of, let's say, UCF or UF or wherever you're going is going to help you out with this as well. You can also call or contact your program advisor, and they can be a lot of help in this particular process as well. Then from there, you go to your action plan. Now you put down, when do you anticipate graduating? You're going to put a little bit more information that you've discovered about requirements for that particular degree, and you're going to reflect on what you've learned in this assignment. So don't forget about this, because this will be something you want to take advantage of early. But also let me suggest as well that you get on this early, because at the end of this, you have a rubric. Okay, now the rubric's super helpful because it'll tell you exactly how it's going to be graded, and it will tell you exactly how it's weighted. So you're going to see, again, this is a 50-point assignment. So that's a plenty of points there for you to earn. And the rubric is your friend, because you'll never have to scratch your head wondering what is required of you, or if you leave something blank or get something incorrect, how much it's going to cost you in terms of points. So that's what's coming up, and I hope that has been helpful for you. And if you have any questions, again, hit me up in Canvas. I would be happy to answer any of those that you have. But again, Academic Blueprint Part 2. Section 1, you're gathering that information on your degree pathway. Section 2, you're doing the term-by-term plan. Section 3, you've got your action plan. So again, use the catalog to find your degree pathway, whether it's AS or AA. Use the Life Map tab in Atlas to find your degree pathway, whether it's AA or AS. If you are an AA student, use the catalog of the institution you're going to transfer to find your common program prerequisites. And then there in the Life Map tab under the My Education Plan, under the Students tab, you're going to find the degree audit. Copy that, turn the Academic Blueprint 1 or 2 and the degree audit in, and you will be good to go. So have at it. Ask me, and make sure you ask me if you have any questions. Thanks.